what is consciousness? This is what we are again talking. So there are bottom-up approach in which we can see consciousness is an emerging pattern. What is the meaning of that? Because you see that as far as consciousness is concerned, we have physical experience, we have mental experience, we have intellectual experience, and also we have spiritual experience. So, from empiric perspective, consciousness is another form of experience, right? So the experiences that we are subjected to based on pure physical body, right? Any living organism has a physical body, and that physical body gives me sense perception. And because of that, I feel the cold, I feel the distress, I feel happy, or I get emotionally surcharged, and then I write poetry, or I become overwhelmed with intellectual emotion, and then concepts comes to me, and I derive or I write some algorithm, right? So the point here is some of these, for example, something makes me angry, and this anger one can probably look at in terms of pattern. Oh, his facial expression looks like angry. I capture it and I say, oh, this is angry. Okay? Or when I am joyful, I can still take my facial expression and say, oh, this is joyful. So basically, in this bottom-up approach, certain physical situation may create a pattern in me, but that pattern is not the consciousness, and hence this is an illusion. Whereas a top-down approach, consciousness drives the creativity. And that's in fact a bigger evidence that we have that we humans, not only humans, literally every form of living being is to some degree they are creative. Just for survival, you have to be creative. To just survive, one has to be creative. And in this case, consciousness is a unitary whole. It cannot be reduced into some kind of syntactic symbols. So there are two very specific verses in Bhagavad Gita. I just want to read it. This is supported, our own experience is being supported by these two verses. In 2.17 in Bhagavad Gita, it says, a person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can only achieve peace, not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. So basically it says that our sensory perception will create varieties of emotion within us, and they are temporary, right? And we can try to understand consciousness in a bottom-up approach. And here it is being said, the one who rejects or not rejects, it doesn't give importance to such, or one who knows how to tolerate such patterns, he will really understand what is the pure consciousness. And what is the pure consciousness? It is here. That which pervades the entire body. You should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. This is Bhagavad Gita 2.17. Basically, the consciousness, the pure state, is something. We all know, right? That consciousness is sitting in me, and hence I am able to speak to you and you are hearing. And when that consciousness leaves me, I am a dead fellow. Okay? I'll not be here. I'll be taken to the graveyard. And this is a very higher level. But before we can try to understand this pure form of consciousness, it is very important for us to understand or pursue what is the physical level of consciousness, what is the mental level of consciousness, what is the intellectual level of consciousness. And to be able to do so, the first thing we have to understand that we cannot understand everything at a go. So we have to go step by step. And the most basic aspect of consciousness that can be pursued is a pure physical level consciousness or physical level experience. So some of the things that we can now deliberate to understand what is missing actually in terms of trying to understand the real consciousness. So if you see here,